Well, let's start with Milton Williams. That was the big one yesterday. The free agent, Milton Williams, who played for the Philadelphia Eagles. We were discussing off the air. Played with some very good players with Philadelphia, and probably benefited from that. It's a 4-year, $104 million deal. Third highest paid defensive tackle in the NFL. Highest paid player in franchise history by AAV. He's 25 years old. We saw what the Eagles did this past season. 5 sacks over the regular season for Williams, 10 quarterback hits, 7 tackles for a loss. So Milton Williams joining the Patriots on that massive, in terms of what the Patriots spend, massive contract.
Yeah, Milton Williams had a success. He's a good. I understand what the Patriots are trying to do. They felt that there was no reason to go high on a receiver because there was no one worth it, and the offensive line pickings were pretty slim. So the idea is that we'll have it bulk up our defense and at least we'll hang around in games. And they have all the money in the world, so it doesn't matter. Milton Williams is only 25, so he's a guy that could conceivably grow with your team. I don't know. I wouldn't like jump up and down and go, this is the answer, because, again, he played on a all-world defensive line, and he had a complete genetic freak in Jalen Carter next to him. So we'll see. We'll see how he operates when he's the man.
Also, you're not sure about the health of Christian Barmore. You don't know if you're going to have him back next season. So there is, and you just traded Devon Godchaux, so there's a need there. That also factored into it.
Yeah, and so they had so much cap money, and this isn't like when they got when they 3 years ago when they got the lineman Judon. Judon was older, and it was he was like a third deal or something like that.
Yeah.
You got a kid at 25. The Eagles can't pay everyone, so he broke free. I'm sure they would have still liked to have him. He makes your team better. I don't know if it's the most sensational thing that's ever happened. Some people had him as the best player in free agency. Some people had him as an F, which is what Sports Illustrated gave the sign. Mm-hmm. So who cares? Let's say it's right there in the middle. You got yourself a good player, and you overpaid for him, absolutely.
Yes.
But who cares?
Yes. You can't cry about them not spending it, and when they do spend, and even if it's an overpay, is it a position of need? Yes. Does he have success? Yes. Is he going to be able to be like, the effective all 3 downs without a ton of help on either side of him? Okay, we'll find out.
No, he won't, because he didn't play even half the snaps for the Eagles, and you got to rotate defensive linemen, and they're going to be in a position where they really can't. So, no, he won't. I can tell you this. He will not be as effective. No. Because a lot of these teams, it's like the 49ers method, that like Saleh method of you're constantly rotating defensive linemen. That's what the Eagles did. He's not going to be able to. They don't have that kind of depth with the Patriots. So he's not going to be as effective on every down. He could put up bigger numbers as a result of playing more. Mm-hmm. But in terms of snap-by-snap effectiveness, it's just not going to be the same, you would think, because he just doesn't have that kind of experience, and that's just not the way it works.
Another signing the Patriots made yesterday in the secondary, veteran cornerback Carlton Davis, formerly of the Lions and Buccaneers. It's a 3-year, $60 million deal. He obviously spent time with Terrell Williams in Detroit last season. He's 6'1", 206 pounds. He'll play on the other side opposite Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, this one was interesting to me because Carlton Davis is fine.
Yeah,
he's not, and he's a second corner. I'm kind of curious why they gave him.
Is he better than Jonathan Jones?
I don't know.
They're letting Jonathan Jones walk out the door. Probably wouldn't have cost as much money.
Carlton Davis is like a professional corner, like a professional number 2 corner.
Okay.
I mean, he's a decent corner. He's not. It's just a weird thing in free. I think that this actually might. First of all, it could be 2 things. Maybe he's the greatest, and because you have a guy from the Lions coaching staff now running your defense, that he would know more than anyone else, right?
No learning
But
curve.
right, no learning curve and all that stuff. But I'll tell you, the Lions struggled in their secondary, and Carlton Davis was a part of that secondary, and they had to go out a year ago and draft a kid in the first round to play corner, and that was Arnold. That was their number one corner. Carlton Davis is a serviceable cornerback. It was a weird place to me to throw a dart in free agency of all guys. Look, when he broke his jaw for the Lions, it really hurt their defense. But they were missing everybody.
Yeah, and okay, so you break your jaw, obviously you're going to miss time, but he's missed at least 3 games in each of the last 4 years, which I don't love for any player, especially a cornerback.
Yeah.
How do you get that hurt playing corner?
It's physical, man.
It's not
throwing
that
his body around.
Yeah.
Is it?
Sure it is.
Corner?
Not if you're Sauce Gardner, then you just stand there and like.
In case Sean Booty catch a ball over your head.
It's a lot of games to miss for a corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so of course it is.
Of course
It's
it
a lot.
is.
It's a lot of games.
He's a happy guy, though. He's rich.
Okay.
Good for him.
Robert
Might have been a bit of an overpay too.
Robert Spillane, ex-Raiders linebacker.
And he doesn't need the money because his dad's a great mystery writer.
Indeed. Apparently, somebody texted me
Mickey
yesterday,
Spillane.
and Zoe asked out loud on the air publicly if Spillane was an Hispanic name.
Okay. All right.
Let me find this. And this is from my buddy Dave. In case you ever miss your old show, just know that Zoe asked if the last name Spillane was Spanish.
Well, it ends with a vowel, so of course.
He's great. I'm so happy he works here.
It's certainly
Yeah.
You can understand how one would make the mistake.
No,
it sounds very
Not really. No.
ethnic.
Zolak wanted to know if you wanted to interview him or not. So, he needs to get a little background on the guy.
He's the best.
29 years old, 2-year starter in Vegas, 158 tackles.
That's third in the NFL, by the way. Now, the numbers are skewed because the Raiders were a terrible team last year, so the defense was on the field for long periods of time.
And he was the only one tackling.
Yeah, but again,
Well, that's okay. There was another guy who got a lot of tackles for the Raiders, but it was those two.
I'll take a guy who makes a lot of tackles.
I don't.
If nothing else, he tackles people.
He's 29.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah,
not the
young
kind
man.
of guys that you. These aren't the kind of guys that.
I hear you preach.
The 29-year-old journeyman guys, I'm not overly thrilled with free agent signings. These are the kinds of things that seem like you're just signing guys to sign guys, but fine.
This is
I don't like that so much.
I think, well, apparently Vrabel worked with him. He was with Tennessee first. I mean, again, familiarity there.
Yeah, I know, but it's just that you're stacking. You get a 25-year-old kid and you overpay, fine. You want to solidify things with younger players that great teams can't pay everyone. That's good. Is this going to be the difference between them winning or losing? No. But it's just these are the kind of signings that I always go on bad teams. I don't know. But fine.
I think there's such a dearth of talent, and you had guys that were hurt at linebacker last year. I think that you'll see less of Jelani Tavai and more of this guy. That's all.
I mean, fine. But I just wouldn't be running around spending my money on guys that are going to be 30. That when my team's going to blow.
When this team gets good, this guy we were just talking about is not going to be on the roster.
Right, and
I agree.
And I would have rather stacked the offensive line with a bunch of old dudes just to keep May upright than I would start running around signing 29-year-old linebackers.
I would rather have overpaid that guy Morgan for Pittsburgh and average at best left tackle than spend money on that guy.
Yeah, it just is
absolutely.
It's just a position I don't know how in the long term this is going to help you. It's like some stopgap situation with an older dude.
We're probably going to devote some more time later on in the show to Mac Hollins. I think he's going to deserve some extra attention just based on some things that I found out about him last night from his time in Buffalo, where they did a kind of like a profile
Yeah.
on this special teamer, wide receiver,
He's at least fun. You know, he's the one guy you can look at
Bon
and
vivant.
go, oh, he's the one guy you can look at and go, oh, okay, maybe that guy's interesting.
Free spirit.
Yeah.
So we'll devote some more time to him later. But
He wears fun costumes.
he wears
Yeah.
costumes and he doesn't wear shoes. On the field,
What?
of course, he has to. Oh, no, he's a big proponent of going barefoot all the time. All the time. He's,
Did he ever step
barefoot.
in mud?
There was one shot of him walking into the Bills facility in the snow
Stepping
and
on
ice,
rats?
wearing gloves but barefoot, like showing up for the game.
Yeah, it looked like Fred Flintstone that day. That was fun.
No,
Oh,
there's another one where he's wearing.
Oh, he's
gloves.
wearing the white costume.
Yes, the
Yeah,
white
yeah,
costume
I've
with the
seen
gloves
that, yes.
and
Yes.
barefoot.
I used to pause the Flintstones on Wilma's feet.
Wow.
Her
More so than Betty's.
and Betty had
Why?
very tiny.
How can you
feet,
tell?
very small feet.
It looked like she almost had something, a deformity.
Oh, the bunion. You're a big fan of the bunion, are you?
All right, they did add a quarterback yesterday, Josh Dobbs, on a 2-year deal.
Yeah, legit-
Fred, what does this mean for
Oh,
your boy?
no,
what does
no.
this mean for Joe Milton?
You're telling me everyone overrated Joe Milton?
Wait, no. What this means for Joe Milton is that you're going to have 2 first-round picks because this Dobbs signing allows you to jettison Joe Milton now
Okay.
to a team, a quarterback-hungry team, because look at the Giants. They're sitting there with the number 3 pick in the draft.
Maybe we can get 3 and 4 in the first round.
And then you package them,
Yes.
and then you go up to 1.
Yes.
And that's what you'll do because Joe Milton for the Giants third, and then now you're cooking with gas, and Josh Dobbs got you in the building. $4 million a year for Josh Dobbs. Have fun. Mm-hmm. What if they cut Joe Milton? Wouldn't that be a victory for me? Wouldn't I be the belle of the ball?
He's not going to get cut. They'll be able to get. They'll trade. They'll trade him.
We'd have to get rid of that jersey in front of you.
No. Then I'll wear it every day, and I'll be like, ah, ha, 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 ha.
You'll say, aha.
Wear it to the games.
I'll Psalm 73 them or 70 them or whatever. Palm 70.
Palm 70.
Psalm 70.
Well, could be Palm.
Palm Pilot 7. Shut up, Wally. Read a Bible. If you like that clip, and how could you not? Check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. Point slightly up and to the left. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. Point slightly down and to the left. And for the latest from the Sports Hub, download at 985thesportshub.com.